fellow artists. I am early today. Today I came prepared. I'm glad you're here. So, today I will be featuring this Perdomo Bourbon Barrel CBG with normal tension wound nylon strings. It has brass wound nylon strings on the stream today under my Granddaddy oak grove. And so we shall be hearing this baritone CBG acoustically and then plugged into my Joyo amp, and then we shall be having a looping session once again with my Joyo amp. And you're probably thinking, Liza, what's with the looping? Why are you working so much with a looper these days? Well, let me explain. I've been thinking a lot about what makes a good cigar box guitar player. And I think the standard has been set by people like Galia Volt, John Nickel, and Steve Harvey. And what I think makes them, or it's not just this, but this is part of the reason why I think they're such great players, is that they can carry an entire musical set on their own. And I'm thinking, I want to have that badge of being a good CBG player. I don't think I'm a good CBG player. And you're thinking in your head, Liza, but you put out tutorials. Well, I share playing tutorials as a student. Sometimes you learn more from other students than from a teacher. That's been my experience throughout school. Sometimes teachers are so far ahead of you level-wise that it's hard for them to remember how they reached that level. And so a student sometimes who's just a few steps ahead of you, can explain things to you better than somebody who's already up here. And so that's why I post playing tutorials. And but I want to work towards being a good CBG player. I want to be able to carry a musical set all on my own, and a looper definitely, working with a looper definitely will help me reach that goal. Now that doesn't mean that I have to play at play at the level of Galia Volt or John Nickel or Steve Harvey to carry a set on my own. I think by just mastering a few basic techniques and being able to sing while executing those techniques will allow me to carry a musical set all on my own. So that's why I'm working so much with my loop pedal here with you guys on the live. Now, speaking of tutorials, yesterday I told you guys that that I was working on being able to improvise bluesy solos on my slide CBGs on the fly. And I saw that Busker 909 had put out a community post requesting topics for his next tutorial. Busker 909, by the way, is a good player. Beyond that, he is an incredible technician, and he's a builder. So actually, I have linked his channel in the video description box. So yeah, If you need some CBG lessons, slide and fretted, he's got it all. Anyway, I requested from him a lesson on how to improvise bluesy solos on the fly on a slide CBG, and Busker delivered. And so if I'm not too tired at the end of my regular segments here on the live, we shall review Busker's video together here on the live, and I will go through it. I will review it with you here on the live, and we shall try the techniques he's talking about here on the live. Of course, I've linked his video in the description box so that you can go ahead and watch his tutorial and work with it on your own if you desire. So shout out to Busker909. Thank you so much for responding so quickly and for producing a video so quickly. I really appreciate that. Anyway, let's get started. Let's hear my Perdomo acoustically. We will check his tuning, of course, and I will get him tuned up to a standard note. So if you guys want to follow along and riff during the looping session, you'll be able to do that. Okay, let's get the camera centered so you guys can see everything that I am doing. Again, this is a slider, fretless slider. No fret marks on this one. On my more recent builds, I don't include any fret positions on the fingerboard itself. Instead, I have hidden fret markers on the side and scale degree markers as well. Why scale degree markers? Because I think of my CBGs as diatonic instruments only functioning in the key of the first and the last string. All right. Okay, let's get centered up and hear this Perdomo bourbon barrel acoustically. Let me see. Okay. Let me lean down just a little bit. Lean down just a tad. Okay. I did not forget my secondary device today. Let me pull up a Pano tuner, my Chromatic tuner. I do have links to download Pano tuner for your mobile device in the video description link. No, I am not sponsored by Pano tuner, but I think it's a great free tool. I said free, so. And it works both on iOS and Android devices. So if you don't got a Chromatic tuner to tune up your Cigar Box guitars in different keys, get Pano tuner. All right. Excuse me. It's hot out here, but I'm glad to be under the shade of these Granddaddy oaks, folks. So let me pull up Pano tuner and get this guy tuned to some standard notes, and then we can begin. All right, where are you? I think I put them under utilities. Yes. Okay. Okay, he's close to a D, so I'm gonna get him perfectly onto a D. Okay, there's no beating there. Okay, so first and last string are on D. Now I'm gonna use do sol do tuning right now. So I need an A in my middle string. Here we go. Okay, that's nicely tuned. So I'm tuned DAD, folks. So if you want to follow along and riff with me during the looping session, you can. I'm in DAD. All right. Okay. Let me get my slide going, because this Perdomo is a slider. It does have a pretty high action, but not as high as my acid box. My acid box is ultra easy to slide on because it has that extra high string height. DJ Play Nice, welcome. Let me get close so I could read. Wee! Thank you, DJ Play Nice. DJ Play Nice says, all y'all, now a good time to share out the show, send it to a friend, or post a bump on your own YouTube channel in the community tab. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. I really appreciate that. And DJ Play Nice also is encouraging y'all to hit the like button, comment, and the subscribe button. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. I really do appreciate that. I mean, isn't this community so supportive? My gosh, folks. My goodness gracious. By the way, folks, if you do subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to participate in the chat within 10 minutes of your subscription. So please subscribe. Please subscribe and talk to me here, folks. The live is so much better when you guys talk to me. So, all right, let's hear this Perdomo Bourbon Barrel acoustically. Let me angle him down a little bit more so you can see the entire neck and body of the guitar as I play. This one, folks, does have a very different tone from Cat Tobacco, the baritone that I featured yesterday on the live. And if you look at the not the comment section, but the chat section of this live, you're going to see a poll. All right, listen to my Bourbon Barrel acoustically, and then when I plug it in, and tell me, vote in the poll, which guitar do you prefer listening to, Cat Tobacco or Bourbon Barrel? FYI, Cat Tobacco was my very first build. Bourbon Barrel, I think, was build number 10. And so, yeah. And you could see I have my hasp latch there to make opening the box and putting stuff inside it much easier. That's a feature of my middle designs, not my first cigar box guitars like Cat Tobacco and Acid have tie-on closures, and I upgraded to hasp latches later on. And so anyways, vote in the chat. I'm curious to see which ones you guys prefer. Rency, hello. Rency, you'll definitely be able to provide an informed vote because you were in the live yesterday. You heard Cat Tobacco. You're going to hear Bourbon Barrel today. In the chat, there's a poll asking which guitar sounds better, Cat Tobacco or this later build, Perdomo Bourbon Barrel. All right, so let's take a listen. Bourbon Barrel, another baritone unplugged. got stuck on this top string, got stuck on this little screw that I have there. I secure mine next to the lid of the box, like so. There is a sound ditch there so that the neck isn't in contact with the most active part of the soundboard. But I attach my next to the lid via wood glue, but since this Perdomo lid isn't wood, I mean the back and the sides of the box are wood, but the lid is actually compressed cardboard, I thought that I needed a little bit more support, so I put that screw in there. And this is the very first time when I play this thing that the top string actually, or the bottom string, I guess if you're looking at it from the perspective of a guitarist, the bottom string got stuck in that screw. The first time it happened to me ever, folks. This cigar box guitar came with me to the Bradenton Cigar Box Guitar Festival, by the way. If you haven't checked out my Bradenton series, check it out. You'll see this guy in action during my set with Lawrence there. So, okay. Let's give this guy an acoustic listen one more time. And I am tuned, folks. Renzi and DJ Play Nice. If you guys want to follow along when I start looping, I'm tuned D, A, D for now. But Renzi, I will give your DGD a try on this guy after I finish, I guess, the planned segments of this stream. All right, here we go. Let's hear this guy again. This guy, I will say, off the bat, you could tell has way more sustain than Cat to back. And one of the reasons it does is because of the wound nylon strings. Guys, wound nylon will give you sustain like nothing else. And this is normal tension. It's very nice on the picking hand. It is tonally more bassy than phosphor bronze and any other string type, so keep that in mind. But sustain wise, it's very satisfying. I can't really do that with my other CBGs. It's just, you know, I love experimenting with different types of strings on different builds. Thank you, Renzi. And yeah, I just love the sustain and feel of wound nylon. I really do. Great tone. Thank you, Renzi. Yeah. Let's plug them in. Let's plug in Perdomo. Let's plug in Perdomo. Alright. Oh, let me detangle my foot switch here. There we go. Let me get foot switch ready to go. for when I need it. Okay, foot switch. Here we go. Making sure everything's zeroed out here on the end. Ooh. No kitty sightings yet. No, they're all in the shade somewhere. All right. Ah. Just a little bit. Ah, there we go. I guess, let me try to get things squared away better here. I think I'm too high up and it's hard for me to read the chat and also be in the frame when I'm that high up. So let's do that. It's really cool to see you comfortable working on the fly and allowing us the opportunity to see a real world take. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm not, you guys know this. I am an awkward as heck streamer. Streaming is not my forte. I rather produce beautiful videos. And so definitely streaming is entirely out of my comfort zone. But it's I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to being this vulnerable and this exposed on YouTube. So, alrighty. So my Perdomo's plugged in. You know something else special about this build that I haven't done in any other build, I haven't repeated in any other build, is that this guy doesn't have a sound hole on the soundboard. I have it up here instead. Why did I choose to do that? It wasn't for any sonic reason, it was for an aesthetic reason. I did not want to ruin the gilding and the art on the box. I thought that a sound hole would kind of interrupt the beauty on the lid of this box. But you know what? Having a sound hole on the side for this, at least for this instrument, has worked out really great. Renzi says, I'm still learning to play fretless. Quick question, should I try playing with a pick? Not used to them because I play bass. Renzi, you and I have something in common. For the life of me, I can't play with a pick. I can't even carry a simple strumming pattern with a pick. I know that with a plectrum, you get a louder sound, you get a more defined sound, but honestly, I mean, I know with finger picking, and I don't have nails, because I can't even get used to playing with nails. I've tried it. And I've also tried playing with fake nails, those plectrums that you attach to your fingers, to your fingernails. I can't, for the life of me, get used to them. And so I'm just gonna continue working with what I'm comfortable with until I become really good at finger picking. I'm not an expert. Not an expert. I'm still a learner. So I just want to get good with finger picking, and then when I feel like, oh, I got this, I can do anything with my right hand, I'll go ahead and start working with plectrums. But that's interesting. Maybe I should be, maybe I shouldn't even be playing guitar, Renzi. Maybe I should be a bass player. Because I just love working with bare hands, no plectrum, no nails. I don't know. Maybe I was born to be a bass player. By the way, folks, Renzi is a virtuoso bass player. Please go check out his work on his YouTube channel. And he has some fascinating conversations and videos about fascinating topics. So please go to his channel, check it out. All right, so let's hear Perdomo Bourbon Barrel plugged in. Ooh. Now the wasasas came out to bother me. Grr. All right, here we go. Get a good rhythm going. That's something that I also need to work on. I am not a great rhythm person. I really need to concentrate. Really need to concentrate to pull off a good good rhythm guitar. All right. Has dirt, it has grit, but it also has more definition than cat tobacco. It could be just my string choice, or it could be a combination of things, such as this guy has a much higher string height for slide playing than cat tobacco does. So it could be string choice, string height. It could also be just so many variables on that first build that makes it a little bit dirtier. I still enjoy playing cat tobacco, but this guy definitely has a more defined sound. And I think when I go look at the poll after the stream, I know which one is going to win. Renzi says, I use all my knowledge of bass playing into my fretless CBG. Renzi, you can pull off so many things on your fretless CBG. Whatever you learned, whatever tools you came in with as a bass player already make you a great CBG slide player. And I'm looking forward to your tutorials as well. By the way, folks, I do have Busker 909's tutorial, latest tutorial. For slide players. It's about learning how to improvise good blues melodies on the fly on a slider, and I link to that tutorial in the video description box. But I look forward to your tutorials as well, Renzi. Renzi, just an FYI, just so you know, you've seen it. I'm not an expert player, and when I had to play at the Bradenton Festival, I relied heavily on Lawrence being in the set with me, because I myself, for now, cannot carry a set on my own like John Nickel, Steve Harvey, or Galia Volp. But you know what? I've produced CBG slide playing tutorials because I feel that as a student, I bring a different perspective to the table than someone who's already up here. You know, sometimes you can learn more from a student than from someone who's so far advanced they don't remember how they got there. And so I've produced tutorials on slide playing being just one step ahead of the people watching the videos. So please produce your tutorials, and I look forward to watching them, okay? And so, perhaps the first song that I composed on a cigar box guitar. That's why you keep hear me playing it. It's the first. It's not a complete tune. I have to finish it so that it is a piece that maybe I can play as part of my set. It's too short to be considered a finished song, but that's the first tune. Let me play You Got to Move for the sake of the poll in the video description box. Yesterday I played You've Got to Move, African American spiritual made popular by Mississippi Fred McDowell in his 1950s recording of it. Yesterday on Cat Tobacco I played it just so you have a point of comparison between Cat Tobacco and Bourbon Barrel. For the poll, I'm going to play You've Got to Move on this Bourbon Barrel. Here we go. And so, oh, DJ Play Nice, your latest chats aren't displaying properly, so I can't read them. Oh, we got a few watchers. Welcome, welcome. You know, Renzi, something that I was noodling around with on this Perdomo this morning was tapping. I've never given tapping a chance. I think another name for the technique is pull off. It's something that's very popular amongst real slide players, and I want to give it a shot because I think I would give my soloing different articulations. Certainly will give your solos or make your solos more interesting. And so I just been working with a simple pull-off pattern. You let me know if I'm approaching this the right way, Renzi. They're the emojis for musical notes. Oh, okay. On this encoder, I can't see what those are, but thank you for letting me know. I want to be able to shred one day, folks. That may be an unrealistic dream, but I want to be able to shred. And I know that this tapping and or pull-off technique is one of the more popular ways on how to achieve a good shred on a CBG. So today, I also I want to revisit the loop that I played on Cat to Back yesterday. I want to try the loop on this CBG, and I want to try to solo over that loop using that CBG. And I also want to try something that maybe I shouldn't be trying on the live because it's nowhere near ready to present, but hey, this is a very casual stream. I'm just sharing with you guys what I'm working on right now, so you know everything is pretty rough. But okay, enough chatter. Let's get that woodpecker loop working again today. What's the woodpecker loop? We named it after a woodpecker that came on the live yesterday while I was playing it. Here's the woodpecker loop. And I have to make sure it this rhythm requires a little bit of muting. So here we go. Touching the slide. I'm hitting the board too much. Again, the string height on this slider isn't as high as that on my acid box. So I get a lot of percussion out of this instrument. Unintentional, but hey, it's part of the character of this instrument. I want to shred. Cool, DJ Flame Nice. Me too. Let me try to get this. Okay, so let me see if I could get the timing correctly today, so we have a nice loop with that rhythm guitar part. Here we go. Here we go. With tapping, it's the same concept. Less is more. Thank you, Renzi. I will keep that in mind. By the way, Renzi is a master tapper. I've seen him do incredible things on his fretless CBG and on his basses, folks. OMG. Go check out his channel, please. Please. Go check out his channel. All right, here we go. It isn't perfect, but I'll work with it. I will work with it. Let me give, for the melody, I'm going to add a little distortion to this CBG. I wonder when hit the looper pedal again to get a perfect loop. When did I pull off here? I think I pulled off, I clicked on it too early. Let me re-record this. Let's see if I can get a perfect loop to happen on the live today, folks. Okay. 3 clicks and I clear the loop on the Joyo DC15S. So here we go. Clear. Okay. Here we go. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. DJ Play Nice says it doesn't have to be perfect. You got this. This one is much better. So what I was doing before was clicking the pedal too early. It's still too early, but I'm gonna go with it. Let's add distortion. Listen to that. We should do a collab CBG duet. What do you think, guys? Renzi, I'd love to. Renzi, email me because I'm coordinating a duet with a harmonica player from the UK. His name is Dave, by the way, and he has a very interesting method on how to make a duet type of thing work. So shoot me an email. I'll send you my ideas and we will coordinate a duet on YouTube. It's gonna happen. We're gonna collab. I'm gonna try some tapping, Renzi. Let's see. Let me see. No. Not getting any good taps out of this. Let me try again. Let me take down the distortion just a tad and see if I can get more defined taps. That was a bit stressful, but every time I try something, I learn something. And so, by the way, have you guys participated in the poll? Have you voted for Cat Tobacco or for Bourbon Barrel? I have a feeling that Bourbon Barrel is going to win. Poor Cat Tobacco, but you know, I think if I had to vote, it would be Bourbon Barrel. It would be Bourbon Barrel. Okay, now I'm gonna try another loop. This is something that I've been, I think this will theoretically work as a thing at craft markets, but I don't know. I am going to play, I'm gonna start a loop. And on the Joyo pedal, you can layer two loops together. I've never tried it, but I'm gonna try it. And then I'm going to play a melody over it. And you guys, if I play it well enough, then you'll recognize this melody. It's going to be certainly the swamp version of a very famous song. The poll is split 50-50 right now. Really? Really? We have some fans of Cat Tobacco? Well, that warms my heart because Cat Tobacco was my very first cigar box guitar. And so, all right, cool beans. All right, I'm going to need to change. There's too much distortion for this to be useful for rhythm guitar, so I'm going to switch back to something less crunchy, a little more crunchy than the acoustic setting, but less crunchy than this lead setting on my Joyo DC15S, okay? Okay, this is the blues setting on my Joyo amp. Okay, let's see. Maybe I need it to be cleaner than that for this to work. Okay, catch you later, gotta go, hugs. Many hugs to you, Renzi. Thank you for joining us for a little while. Folks, please do go visit Renzi's channel. He is a virtuoso bass player, also a cigar box guitar enthusiast. You'll like his work, I promise. All right. I'm going to put this guy back on the acoustic setting for this next loop. I think Perdomo needs to be a little cleaner for this rhythm guitar part to work. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to get this as a drone to work. Let's see if I can do that. Okay. Maybe it's a little too dirty. Let me try to clean that up, folks, for the loop. If you can recognize the chord progression, you probably already know what song I'm going to try to play. Let me know in the chat. Give it a guess. I hope it's clear enough where you can guess. I'm hoping. But maybe not clear, you know, dirty enough where YouTube won't recognize the song. All right. Let me try to get this loop to work. Let me clear out the previous loop. My 3 clicks weren't fast enough. Okay. I cleared the loop. All right. Here we go. Perfect loop on the live, folks. Okay, now I'm gonna add another layer to the loop, and you guys let me know if you can guess what song I'm trying to play. Again, it's the swamp version of this song, but give it a guess. Muddy up the solo. So let me add a little distortion for the solo that will play over this loop. Again, give it a guess. What song am I trying to play? Again, it's the swamp version. Swamp version. It's not clean enough. Can you recognize the song? Is it recognizable? Let me know in the chat. So hard for me. No guesses in the chat. Let me clean up the distortion a little bit. Let me take away a little bit of the distortion and see if the song is recognizable then. DJ play nice, but the swamp version. Any guesses? Any guesses, anyone? Well, if there aren't any, if no one can guess the song, that means that I didn't play it well enough for people to recognize it. So I will keep working on that, folks. On the swamp version of this very popular 80s pop tune. So give it a listen again and see if you can give it another jab. Give it a little distortion. There's one song that I can play on the Cigar Box guitar because of its beautiful sustain that I can't really play on my other CBGs. DJ, Emma, welcome. Emma, I wish that I could speak Portuguese. I will translate your chat and respond to you. All right. Thank you for being here, Emma. I have a friend that is fluent in Portuguese. She's going to have to teach me a little bit. I do have a little tiny audience in Portugal, so I should learn a little bit. I know with my last name, it seems like I should know how to speak Portuguese, but actually my last name is supposedly, not for sure, it's from Galicia. And so, no Portuguese, but I should at least learn to say a few things. Howdy, Emma. Okay. Who's the song by? Counting Crows? I'm thinking the song that I want to play, I think, is by Counting Crows, but I am not sure. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. The voice for rock vocals. I wish I did. I can pull off some blues tunes, but rock vocals, I simply do not. My voice is too clean, I think, for rock vocals. Now, there may be a way I can develop a good rock vocal voice, but I'm gonna need guidance on that. So if anyone in the chat sings rock vocals, give me some pointers, please, because there's so many songs that I'd love to perform. Songs by Heart, also I think this is Counting Crows, that I'd love to perform and include in my CBG sets, but for now I think I can only pull off vocally some blues tunes and some folk tunes and some classical tunes, but rock. Oh, I would love to perform some stuff by Roxette too. I just don't have the right voice. At least I don't think I do. But if anyone has any tips for rock vocals, please let me know. Yes, DJ Play Nice. Oh, Tonic. Tonic, yes. I was thinking of, yes, Tonic. You are correct. Yeah. Another rock vocal that, oh, I really, really, really want to pull off 17 with another female vocal on Cigar Box Guitar. I think I can do the backing vocals for what is the name of this? 17 isn't the full name of the song. It's that song by Stevie Nicks, folks. Edge of 17. I think I could pull off the harmony vocals, what happens above Stevie Nicks' voice, and play rhythm guitar on that. But I would be interested in a female vocalist who would like to collab with me on that song over YouTube. You see, what's the chord progression? Again, I would do the backing vocals on this song, not Stevie Nicks' part. And I would love to collab with a female vocalist who could do the Stevie Nicks part, and I'll just play my guitar or and do the backing vocals. Maybe I'll perform it on Diddly Bow, because I was originally working on Edge of 17 for Diddly Bow and female vocals. Yes, yes, DJ Play Nice. Yes, I would love to perform Edge of 17 with another female vocalist. Me playing Cigar Box Guitar, she will sing Stevie Nicks, and I'll sing the backing vocals as well. Yeah, you got that. And the days go by like a sand in the wind, in the web that is my own. Again, female vocals in the audience, hit me up. You know who I think would be great at singing the Stevie Nicks part of this song when she's available? Rebecca the Songbird. She can definitely sing the Stevie Nicks part on this. I'll play Cigar Box Guitar, I'll sing harmony, and she can do the Stevie Nicks part. I mean, we'd be awesome on stage together. Rebecca, if you're watching this on the replay, you know, shoot me an email and let me know if you're interested in collabing on this song with me. DJ Play Nice. I'm gonna give away what I was trying to play earlier. I'm just gonna play the solo. Oh, you don't know that artist? Okay, let me direct you to her YouTube channel. She actually plays with Steve Harvey. She tours with him and performs with him, and she has her own YouTube channel now. So look for Rebecca the Songbird. She has amazing blues and rock vocals. She is amazing. So do check out her channel, DJ Play Nice. I really do want to collab with her on that song, Edge of 17. This is the song that I was trying to, I guess, imply earlier. Tell me now if you can recognize it, DJ Play Nice. I know. I could play it slow. I can't play it a tempo. Of course, it's the swamp version of that song. Let me know if you could recognize that tune in the chat, folks. Alright folks, we have moved to, hey, YouTube channel is, her YouTube is Rebecca the Songbird. I think so. I think that is her user name on YouTube, DJ Play Nice. Yeah, she performs all around the world with Steve Harvey, who's one of the kings of the cigar box guitar. Yeah. Alright folks, we've reached the part of the stream, the segment that is the Homestead Tour. So let's go enjoy some nature together. I thought today we'd take a stroll in the oak grove. Earlier I did see a lot of swallowtail butterflies out and about. Not the zebra swallowtails, but another type of swallowtail butterfly. They have huge wings. They're pretty big butterflies. They have like a little tail at the end of their small wings, and it has black wings with a big yellow stripe. So let's see if we could go find one. And right now I am smelling that flower that I cannot identify, that I haven't been able to identify. If anyone is familiar with the flora of North Florida, what the heck is flowering now that's putting out a baby powdery scent? It's a gorgeous scent, and I haven't been able to locate the source of the scent. It's probably not on my property. It's probably in the neighboring forest somewhere, but it is a gorgeous perfume, folks. I'm so blessed to be here. I know that I am very lucky. Anyway, let's take a stroll under the Granddaddy oaks. Very carefully though, very carefully. I'm gonna try to steer clear of branches that are ready to fall down. Here we go. Say goodbye to Perdomo. You will see him again in the stream soon because he is a joy to play. All right. White heliotrope. Maybe gardenia. DJ Play Nice, I have gardenia. One of them is flowering currently, but the thing with gardenias, they don't project as far as this flower is projecting. And this scent is a little more baby powdery than gardenia. But I will look up white heliotrope to see if that is indeed the thing that's producing the perfume I'm enjoying right now. And the perfume starts in the afternoon, and Lawrence and I take a walk outside when it's dark to bring in our cat Joser. We bring him in at night, and it's still that smell is still felt in the late in the evening. And so I'll show you my gardenia bush, my big one and my little one. I'll show you my gardenia bushes, but I know for sure it's not gardenia. It's something that it occurs wild, and I just haven't been able to locate the scent. Let me go ahead and flip the camera. I'm intrigued. A jasmine variety. It may be DJ Play Nice. It may be earlier this spring, our Carolina jasmine or false jasmine was flowering, and they also have a beautiful, beautiful scent, but you have to be a few feet away from the vine to enjoy the scent. So and right now the Carolina jasmine are not flowering, so I know it's not them. That would have been my first guess, but it's not them. All right. The Oak Grove. This is what sold me on this property, folks. Is it a shrub, flower, or vine? I don't know, DJ Play Nice. Plumeria. I don't know. I have to go and I have to look up these flowers. I know that it's something native because without fail, this time of year, you can smell it in the afternoon and through the evening. Oop, I'm gonna steer clear. Actually, I'm gonna steer clear of this oak because this oak has a lot of, these are Granddaddy oaks. These oaks are about 200 years old, folks. And you know what they say about old oaks, stay away from them. Because any one of those branches, if they fall down, they will kill you. They're called widow makers for a reason, and so I am being extremely, extremely careful. The last hurricane brought down a lot of these old branches, but still, got to be careful. Could this be a ground cherry? And there's a ladybug on it. I'll stop guessing. DJ Play Nice, I'm gonna enter all of your guesses into Gemini when I finish the live, and I will see if any of those guesses leads me to an answer, because I want to know. I'm always on the lookout for ground cherries, folks. The first year here, I discovered ground cherry on the property, and I thought they were poisonous, so I pulled them out. And then later I found out that the fruit from ground cherries, my wild tomatoes, were not poisonous. This looks like a ground cherry to me. And here's another one. Ooh, this one, this is a nightshade with spines, which is toxic. And that is a nightshade without spines. And usually, ground cherries grow next to their cousins with spines. So, OMG, folks, I may have just discovered a patch of ground cherries here in the live. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We've tried growing tomatoes up here, folks. In our raised beds, it's just, you have to be on top of them, but ground cherries are the native tomatoes of North Florida. And if I can find a patch, and they tend to reoccur in the same place every year because they drop seeds and they self-seed and they come up in the same spot every year. If this is indeed a ground cherry, folks, actually after the live, I'm going to scan it with my plant scanner. I have a plant scanner called Gosh, what is it called? I've talked about never had them fresh, only in jam. You've had ground cherries before, DJ Play Nice? I am jealous. I never got a chance to try mine because I thought they were poisonous, and now I can't find any. Okay, let me see if I can activate Seek, my plant scanner, on my other device and see if I can identify. Here's Seek. If I can identify this plant here. Continue. Let's see. Southern Dewberry, it says. Mexican tea. It's not sure what it is. Okay, it doesn't seem to be a ground cherry. It doesn't seem to be a ground cherry. Now this I know is a nightshade, so it should give me that. Let me hear. Carolina horse, yeah. Carolina horsenet is a poisonous nightshade with thorns on it. But the thing is, the leaves are so similar. And I know that ground cherries grow right next to their poisonous, thorny cousins. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I think Seek may be wrong here, and that these may indeed be ground cherries. If they start forming a little lantern, I know that they're ground cherries. DJ Play Nice, what do ground cherries taste like? I heard that they are sweet for tomatoes, which is, it makes sense that you've had them in jam in that case. What do they taste like? All right, let's see what else is under here. Under Granddaddy Oaks. Around that spot over there, around the time is Imbolc in February, sometime in February, where anyways, during mushroom season, I think we get chanterelles under here. I haven't picked any to try them because I'm afraid. I want to positively identify the mushrooms before I even have a little bite, but I think they're chanterelles, folks. Chanterelle mushrooms are not composters. I learned that they're symbiotes of hardwood trees, like these oaks, and they form a relationship with the roots of the oak, and they take a long time to, I guess, spawn or develop in an area. So I do think that I get chanterelle mushrooms here, but I am not sure. And they grow in the leafage. They don't grow on dead wood. And the mushrooms that happen here fit the description of chanterelles perfectly, but I am still afraid to try them. If there are any mushroom experts in the chat, let me know, because when the mushrooms pop up, I want to have you on the live to help me identify the mushrooms. You could also contact me via email, folkspsychiatraco@gmail.com. Again, if we got any mushroom experts or any mushroom enthusiasts in the chat to help me identify what I think are chanterelles under my oaks, let me know. When they pop out, we'll do a live, and you can help me out by helping me positively identify those mushrooms that happen under my oaks every year. DJ Play Nice says, wow, I don't remember really. I had a girlfriend who worked at a specialty grocery, and it was her habit to bring home nearly every variety of jam, jelly, preserved marmalade. Ooh. know, I wish we had mom and pops here that would sell local veg, local, and what I mean by local produce, native or naturalized produce. We have so many wonderful things that happen naturally up here in North Florida, and I feel like that knowledge is being lost. So at least on my little homestead, I'm trying to preserve that knowledge and to spread the word about, yeah, we got sandy soil. We can't really grow the run-of-the-mill tomato or eggplant or anything that requires soil with lots of nutrients. But look what we get naturally. Look at all the things that grow naturally here that you don't have to even work for. You just got to go forage for it and hold space for it on your property. You can bring samples of anything that you want to have identified straight to them. Hook up with your county extension office. They will have a great resource for everything. I will look that up, DJ Play Nice. That is a good idea. County Extension Office. I've asked around, but no one could point me in any direction in regards to mushrooms here in North Florida. I haven't walked through here in a long time. My cats come through here all the time. Snakes are my concern. I've never run into snakes in my forest rambles. Well, once, but it wasn't a big deal. But I'm being extra careful coming out here. If they can't ID it on site, they'll be able to send it to U of F, A&M, and it's all free service. Wow, okay. What county am I in? Suwannee County. I'm about an hour away from the University of Florida, from the main campus of University of Florida, and I know one of their agricultural school campuses is in my county, so yeah, I don't think that I'll have a problem getting in touch with them and sending them some of my mushrooms for identification. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. That is a wonderful idea. Thank you. Ooh. Here we got a bunch of summer grapevines. I'm not watching these though. I'm watching the ones that are flowering on my fence. With you guys, I guess I am more brave. I haven't encountered any snakes out here today. Yay! That's an old greenhouse Lawrence and I had going, and we stopped trying to rebuild it because hurricanes and strong winds during summer thunderstorms kept taking them down. And so let's see what I currently have over here. Let me see. I have a rain barrel out here because I was using it to water the stuff in my greenhouse. Let me see what's in. I haven't been out here in a long time. Let's see. Ooh! Folks, my apple tree? Is that my apple tree? No. Oh, wait. No, my apple tree from seed, my crab apple from seed is still alive. There it is. I started it indoors, and when it was tall enough, I planted it in the ground, put the stake in. It survived the winter. Okay. In a few years, I'll have a fruiting crabapple there. Hopefully fruiting. hopefully fruiting. All right, we do got some brambles here, or wild blackberry bushes here. Okay, I see that this grapefruit tree is the only one of my citrus that is cold hardy. It hasn't regenerated. It's perfectly healthy. Next to it though is a Meyer lemon that has regenerated, so I won't be seeing fruit from that ever. The citrus that in my front yard that is currently fruiting, I had to shelter in my workshop during the cold nights. But it seems like this grapefruit is one of those variety of citrus that don't need to be sheltered. I'm glad it's doing well. Haven't seen a grapefruit. Let me see what else has survived in this. So many projects, folks. That's why I haven't come out and organized this torn up greenhouse, at least made it tidy. I have so many projects going on. I just need a few months to focus on tidying up the homestead, finishing projects on the homestead. But right now Lawrence and I are just focused on trying to get YouTube to work for us. Obviously that in itself is a project that takes up a lot of time. Again, that's why we've moved towards perma-gardening, permaculture, because it's really set it and forget it. We can't do citrus in Nebraska unless you've got a greenhouse. I know that there's some citrus, Japanese citrus in particular, DJ Play Nice, that can handle temperate zone winters, but they're not available here. And even if there were, I don't think we'd get enough chill hours for them to fruit. But you may be able to get your hands on some Japanese citrus that will fruit for you. Now, out there flowering passion fruit, but you know what? To go and harvest any fruit that comes from those plants, I need to come in here with my mower and carve out a path, because I don't want to run into any snakes in the grass. So yeah, to harvest some fruit here, I need, it's huge patches of Passiflora incarnata. Yeah, I do need to do some clearing here if I am to harvest in this area. Harvest some passion fruit in this area. Woo. I see more of those nightshades. I'm hoping that some of them are ground cherries. I'm watching the ground to make sure I'm steering clear of snakes. lots of briars here. Ah! I made it back without encountering any snakes, thank God. Oh, goodness gracious. I used to be more disciplined, folks, about carving out paths with my mower before taking a walk anywhere. But again, you know, if I wasn't streaming out here with you guys, I'm not outside as often as I used to be, because again, we're trying to get the YouTube engines running before we focus on other projects. In the height of summer, however, I wouldn't be walking through there at all, because they're the largest orb spiders there are, and they create giant webs between trees and buildings. And at least with my phone in my hand, I wouldn't be able to walk out there in the height of summer without a stick, removing the spider webs as I go. Y'all be safe, have fun, take care of your crew, and rock. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. I'm so glad you were able to pass by today. Thank you. Let me see if there are any other points of interest on that side of the oak grove. I have to clear things with a friend, but tomorrow I may live stream from another location. Look at these granddaddies. They are huge. Okay. My encoder is telling me weak network connection, so I'm going to move back closer to the house and see if there are any points of interest near the house. At least points that I haven't shown you guys yet. Another fruiting pawpaw. Oh, I promised DJ Play Nice a view of my gardenia bush. Let me show you the two gardenia bushes I have. I'm pretty proud of them. My big one isn't flowering yet. The small one at the entrance of the property is. Yeah, gardenias are evergreen up here. They do not go dormant in the winter. They stay a beautiful, beautiful green, glossy green color. The leaves do. And depending on the variety, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Gardenias like shade. So many gardenias. I think that is actually the variety name too, Miami gardenias. That is actually the variety name too, Miami gardenias. And I planted it here, and I planted it here at the edge of the forest. Oh, it is flowering. but it looks like something is eating the flowers before they've opened. Oh no, how sad. There's some ants on it. It was red ants that saved this gardenia, and I told you guys a story in yesterday's stream. The soil that came with the garden infected with spider mites, and it was the red ants that cured this gardenia of spider mites. And look how tall it is. It's about 7.5 feet tall. It's currently flowering, but something's eating the flowers. Grr. Oh, here's an undisturbed flower bud. I'll be keeping an eye on this recently. And oh, folks, have so many projects. These when they come, and not when you're an emerging creative person on the internet with an emerging to move on to a new project until one is finished, which is a slow way to work. I'm not a good multitasker, but have I taken on more than what, bitten off more than what I can chew? Yes, but I have to push myself to get lots of projects done so that the opportunities keep rolling in, and so that my creative business will flourish. Not planning, not hoping to ever hire a team or anything. I just want to, not hoping to ever hire a team or anything. I just want to make just enough so that me and Lawrence are good, and that we're supporting ourselves with our art, with stuff that we love, that our work is meaningful to us and to other people. I mean, truly meaningful. So by the way, folks, if there are any nature sounds that you hear in my streams that you'd like to use in your work, feel free to clip those sounds and use them in your work. I am recording the stream, or I'm broadcasting using a Zoom F1 field recorder with a stereo pair attachment. So if any of the bird sounds or leaf crunching sounds or anything that you hear is useful to you, feel free to use the nature sounds in your own work. These are the gardenias at the entrance of my homestead. These are a smaller variety than the one I brought from Miami. They are gorgeous, gorgeous. My hope in the future is to produce enough gardenia flowers to give me the excuse to buy a hydrosol maker, because As you guys know, I make natural perfume, and I would love to get into the habit of making my own hydrosols and harvesting my own essential oils from them. And gardenia is a good candidate for essential oils for perfume making, because the plant isn't toxic. You could actually eat the petals. The petals of the gardenia are edible, so it's safe to make a natural perfume with the flowers. The same thing with the magnolias out here. The petals and the leaves, they often call sweet bay. You can make teas, you can cook with them. Petals are edible, so it's a safe plant to make essential oils with for use in a natural perfume. And again, I don't sell my perfumes. I make them for me. For me, using Everclear or a strong vodka. Nothing toxic. So let's see if the flower of yesterday's prickly pear is still open. And if it is, we'll end the stream there. That was a beautiful closer to the stream yesterday. Let's see if we can repeat it. Ah, back in the shade, thank goodness. There's the campground where we started. Here are all the maypops. Finish that tonight. They don't store for long, but you don't have to pick them and store them because we've got so many, we could just pick them when we need them. Did I show you guys my clumping bamboo? How many diddly bows do you think I could make with that? Oh. The flower is closed today. I guess they only stay open for a day. I want to find a beautiful flower to end the stream on. Let me see if I could find a fresh maypop flower for you guys. I'm going to go out into our little orchard area Lots of dog fennel there. You know, dog fennel grow extremely tall. When they dry out, they leave very firm sticks. And I've taken a dog fennel stick and have started to shape it into a bow for my leg fiddle. And so I look forward to sharing that project with you guys. More leg fiddle videos coming soon, by the way. I have a lot to report about the leg fiddle. Let's find a beautiful flower. These are getting ready to flower, but aren't ready yet. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's end the stream with this beautiful wild passion fruit flower. Passiflora incarnata. All right, everyone, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here for my stream. I hope to stream from a different location tomorrow. Not making any promises, but I'm going to try to arrange it with a friend so you get to see a different homestead tomorrow. Take care. And chaito, I'll see you in the next stream.